Hey, this is Matt. Once again, what about 10 of the videos, another paid request this time for PsychoHobo, and I apologize for the lateness of it. Just last month with the water heater breaking and the fuse box crackling on Christmas morning and all that other stuff, there's a lot of delays on stuff, so I apologize. I'm trying to catch up with stuff, but thank you to people who have sent in requests. I appreciate it. This is for the day the world ended from 2001. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. If you're wondering why you keep hearing this, is because I write a few notes down just so I'm not bumblefucking around for 5 minutes going, what was the name of that person? What year was it? But the day the world ended, this was a series of films where Samuel Arkoff, who was part of AIP, American International Pictures, just before he passed away, had a line of movies, of 50s sci-fi movies made by that company to be remade. I think it was for Cinemax, and Stan Winston would do the effects. So you had films like She Creature, Teenage Caveman, I think Earth versus the Spider was one of them. And they wouldn't be beat for beat remakes, but they would use the title, and maybe some would be similar, some would be fairly different, but then there was to have Stan Winston and his team do some makeup effects for them. As much as you can with made for cable budget. For I understand, this does have zilch nada to do with the original The Day the World Ended, to the point that you're wondering why the fuck is it called that? Like, why is it called? Even when you watch it, you are wondering why the fuck is it called The Day the World Ended? Because the story is about Nastassja Kinski, who is a school therapist. She's new in town, and she sees this kid who gets picked on and people treat not too kindly. They treat him like a weirdo. And the kid's father is the local doctor, played by Randy Quaid, before he went fucking nutso. I don't know where the hell Randy Quaid is, living under some bushes or something. I don't know. But he went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, I know that. So, pretty much, she's trying to help the kid. The kid, you realize there's something's up with the kid. His mother died under mysterious circumstances. He's just wondering if his real father will come back. And ultimately, there's a creature, an alien creature that starts killing people. But there's a reason why it's killing people. And there might be another motivation for the creature, or what the creature is. And sadly, this film was just a dull, forgettable affair. I didn't really get much out of this movie. The makeup effects, there's a couple alright sequences, but it still feels fairly slow. I did the stuff I noticed is number one, what the fuck is up with this teacher who's picking on this kid? I think the kid's name was Ben. And, like, he got punched, but he gets in trouble. I mean, he got punched, but he's getting in trouble? Again, just to show how shitty this town is. Randy Quaid doesn't do too bad of a job. He seems like the nice guy, but it is Randy Quaid. So you're wondering when you cast someone like Randy Quaid, more than likely something's going to be up with them. Because he either is cast for goofy characters like Christmas Vacation and National Lampoon's Vacation or Independence Day, or he's a guy that's going to be a bad guy, whether it be, what was that, Hard Rain, among other stuff. Or he's like in goofy, like, what was that, Bud Buster he was a star in? It's not normal that he's going to be cast as the nice local doctor. It's like, no, there's going to be something more to it. And lo and behold, there is. So, if you've seen enough Randy Quaid movies, or seen enough movies where he's in it, you're pretty sure that something's going to be up with them, and lo and behold, it is. It actually would have been more refreshing if he was a completely innocent, nice character. Because that's very rare you got to play a role like that. Again, that wasn't goofy and wasn't a villain. Or wasn't a villain. Or both. But also, Nastassja Kinski is a really shitty child therapist because, like, the first time, well, one of the first times she meets the kid, she's so goddamn pushy. Just, so you do remember, huh? You fucking kid, huh? You remember? Like, I'm getting ready for she's going like, you fucking remember, kid? You fucking remember? You fucking piece of shit. Like, she's almost close to doing that. So you do remember? Like, Jesus Christ, lady, don't kill the kid. But she's so fucking pushy. I'm like, use a bit of tact. Not talk about tit tact. I'm like, use some tact. Not. And also, I thought the twist was given away way too early. And I think maybe that's the fault of the director or the script, I don't know. Because spoilers, you tell there's someone up with the kid, and he has some kind of power. Because when when Nastassja Kinski comes into town, she sees the kid, and the kid looks at her, and her radio starts messing up. When the kid gets punched, he's looking up at the bully, and the bully's nose starts bleeding. So you know he has some kind of power, like Terry. That's how I would guess, like Terry, or maybe like that kid from the Twilight Zone, which they did that story in the movie that I think Joe Dante directed, where the kid could create cartoon characters and things of that nature with the power of his mind. That's kind of what we're dealing with here. But instead of a cartoon character, it's this alien creature. Because not only do we see that the kid has his power to make a nosebleed or mess with someone's radio, but we see him watching an alien movie on TV, and that's the fucking alien that starts killing people. I'm like, it'd be really fucking convenient that this alien just happens to look like the real alien, which the kid thinks is his father. The reason he does that is just the mom, before she died, said, this weird, it's kind of a weird story to tell to a kid. Oh, yeah, your father was an alien and came back. He'll come back for you one day. What mom is going to tell their kid that? I just maybe split-second think maybe she is telling the truth, because who would be so whacked out of their fucking mind to say, yeah, kid, your dad's an alien, and you're a fucking alien too, so tough titty. I'm like, why the fuck would you tell your kid your dad's an alien and come like? That'd be one thing is like your dad was a soldier. Okay, you feel lying about your dad. Your dad was a soldier. He's brave. He'll come back one day from service. But an alien? That just seems a bit fucking weird. Your dad was Eddie Torres, Astro Testicle. Your dad was, your dad was Jack Sparrow. He's off with the Pirates of the Caribbean. He'll come back when he finds some rum. Just really weird. And it's a kid that's suffering trauma, PTSD. That's why he has these fits. And he's trying to remember. So, again, I think it played its it played its cards too early. And as Kenny Rogers says, you gotta know when to hold them, you gotta know when to fold them, you gotta know to walk away, and when to run. Never count your money when you're sitting at the table. This is it, because we know the kid has a power. We know obviously something happened with his mom, with the way people are treating him. It's Randy Quaid, so you know he's one of those guys, you know you can't trust him. It'd be rare case if he is. He's not goofy, so he's not a nice guy. He's probably a villain, and then he is, so. And then the alien that we see on TV is the alien killing people. It was also weird to see Stephen Tobolowsky, who's like the principal of the school. He was Ned Ryerson in Groundhog Day. Ned, it's me, Ned, but Needle knows Ned. Him having a sex scene with, I guess, a teacher or a nurse, whoever the hell she was. I think she was the one treating the kid like shit earlier. And she's in like a nurse's uniform. Or like, and he's like, he's in Dr. Deer. Something like that. Like he's in Dr. Deer. It was weird because, number one, I never thought I would see that guy in a sex scene. It's a very comedic sex scene. It just seemed out of place. And Tobolowski gets attacked, but not killed. The woman's face gets ripped off. Decent effect. I mean, you don't see a whole lot of it. You see a little bit of it. But a little bit you see wasn't, I don't know, too shabby, but wasn't prime Stan Winston either. And then the kid is thinking this alien is his dad and has come back for him, and this alien is killing people, and the town is wondering what's going on. And then it tries to attack the kid in the toilet. And of this bar, some of the Nastassja Kinski trying to get the kid out of there, but the owner of the bar has a gun. And I know the guy who owns the bar. I've seen him in other movies. I cannot remember what the fuck his name was, but I know I've seen him in other stuff. But they get killed pretty much off screen. The guy who owns the bar and this other girl. And that's the thing, like, the movie doesn't have a big body count. There's not a ton of gore. The few makeup effects, again, you see a woman's face get ripped off, barely see it. The monster itself, I appreciate it's practical. It looks okay. It's kind of one eye and a kind of, I don't want to say triangular type of face, big teeth. It's okay. It's not mesmerizing or amazing, but it's okay. Because I do appreciate practical effects. And if the movie ever wanted me to think that, oh, the alien was his dad, I kind of wish it was that, because I think that's kind of a cool idea. I actually wish it was that idea, that an alien came back and said, wait, I had to get some stuff settled. I need to find my family. Wait, this woman died? And I said I would be back, but it's space travel. It takes a long fucking time. My planet needed me. I needed to take care of business. I'll come back. She's dead? Who murdered her? And then an alien who's like a vigilante and killing people and biting people and wants to save his kid. As an alien that looks like this, like a monster, but he has these human, revengeful, Charles Bronson motivations. I want to see that fucking movie. But it's not the fucking movie. It's just the kid imagining this because, like that Twilight Zone kid, he's got the power of the mind. And I thought that early on. Because I think it put too many clues for that direction. And so there's really no mystery to it. That big body count. Nastassja Kinski is okay. Randy Quaid is alright. The others are kind of forgettable. The kid is fine as well. The town is... You find out in these flashbacks that the town was blaming the mom for all these shenanigans going on because she had a power. Or they were blaming her because really the kid had the power. In fact, during this bar in the flashback, the kid did this thing where everything was glowing and jewelry people had it burned into their skin. They find the mom. They kill the mom. They're ready to kill the kid. Randy Quaid says no, can't kill a kid. Takes the kid in. Why you would think to kill the mom in front of the kid where there's a fucking witness, I don't know. And why Randy? I mean, you're fine with killing a mom in front of a kid, but don't kill the kid. I don't know what you thought would happen. You would think this would be inevitable, that something like this would happen. But apparently they're too stupid. And then you get a finale where Randy Quaid and this other guy who's part of it, they're kind of in this house with Nastassja Kinski and the kid, and Randy Quaid is put two and two together. The alien creature gets some tendrils and pulls the guy under the house. But you don't really see any gore. You don't see any crazy kills or big special effects. Randy Quaid pretty much gets outside. The monster grabs him and kind of Randy's like then falls to the ground dead. Natasha hugs the kid. The kid looks at the alien, and the alien disappears almost in a puff of smoke. And then Natasha Kinski's going to get the fuck out of town, brings the kid with her. And that's kind of the end of the story. That's what I mean. It's just a very dull, forgettable affair. Not really that noteworthy, even for the makeup effects. Is not much in terms of gore. Teeny bit. And then there's another. So, like, okay, there's. The woman gets her face ripped off, which you see a little bit. That's the goriest one. Two that are killed in the bathroom of the bar. There's one who like got away, and the creature grabbed him later, and you kind of see his eyes bug up a little bit, but it was Arnold's Total Recall. There's a guy that's pulled into the house, but you don't see anything. And then Randy Quaid. So I guess there's that. And most of them are like cutaways or you don't see much. And like I said, the mystery I thought was given away too early. There's really not much else interesting going on with the plot. The type of the kid using the power to create something from his mind. I mean, that goes back to Twilight Zone and stuff, like I mentioned. This director, I don't think did anything else. If that's the case, I understand why. Because he didn't really bring any sense of style to the movie, or camera work, anything unique. So, and again, if you watch it, you'd be like, why the fuck is that called The Day the World Ended? Because there's another movie called it, and it's part of the Sammy Arkoff, Sam Winston Creature Feature Brigade of remakes for Cinemax. That's why. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care, because I don't have much else to say, and we'll see you guys later. Bye bye for now.